Hello, everybody. Welcome to the CCA U2G show. This is episode 20, and we're going to discuss how to plan for a vacation trip. Now, I've been over the world in my life, and I feel like, some things I could have done better, and some things that were pretty much aligned with what I'm about to share with you all. But as always, the information I'm about to provide is strictly from research, and I am going to share with you the top 5 things that the researchers say that are a must before planning a vacation trip. And I am going to add, my input, just from based off experience, personal experience. You don't have to do what I say, but uh, researchers do suggest, these are the top 5 that you all should follow. Define your scope and budget, the W's. Define who's going, what experience, and how much time of a stay you can allow to have. Um, that means making sure everyone that's going on this trip is ready, prepared. What are y'all going for? There's a business trip, casual, gambling, bachelor's party, bachelorette party, solo trip. Define these things, and your W should be successful. Budgeting. Estimate costs for transportation, housing, food, and activities. I would also add, have a little money saved up for any type of, uh, any experience that you may not see forehand. Someone being hospitalized or something like that, or getting arrested. Anything that can happen. Getting robbed. You never know. Just keep a little extra money on you. Lock in logistics, flights, compare deals. Yes, always compare deals. Depends on how you want to fly. If you want to fly comfortable with a lot of leg room, fly cheap, with overstays, in different cities. You never know what the adventure may take. So just compare deals, the time frame, and how long of a stay you want to go for. Hotels and rentals. They say you want to consider if you want a hotel or a rental. Clearly, the cheapest option is in most cities are going to be hotels, but rentals, they provide more of a home feel, get you back on, track of what you got going on and everything. Research and plan activities, advance booking, tourist attraction, 5-star restaurants, which is known as Michelin star. Michelin star restaurants, sometimes require weeks or months in advance. Tourist attractions, for example, if we go to Egypt, everyone wants to go to Egypt and view the pyramids. I believe there is like no wait, but if you go to the Eiffel Tower, then I've never been there, but there may be like a line to go, to the Eiffel Tower. You never know. But if it's domestic, like if you want to go to Florida, go to the casino, tourist attractions. There's different types of tourist attractions in Florida, Disneyland, and then in California you got different attractions. Santa Monica Beach, and Georgia you got Six Flags. New York you got the Madison Square Garden. Just always make sure that there's no type of booking in advance that you have to do for these tourist attractions. I'm not sure of all of them, but just make sure you do your research. And local discovery. You want to use like tourism boards, apps like Meetups or Eventbrites for special events, going on through that month or that week that you so happen to show up. Those are great ways, to find budget friendly activities to do with your friends or solo activities if you're by yourself. Stay organized. This is probably the biggest key right here. Researchers say that you should map your hotels, restaurants, and must-see attractions on a custom Google Map list, and use shared docs like Google Sheet or dedicated travel app to track your way to day-to-day calendar and expenses. I would also add the nearest hospital, the nearest police station, and state capital, and have their numbers and their address ready at hand, just in case of an emergency. You never know, a friend could, have an injury, a life threatening injury, and you want to have that number, the address ready to go in case. And for the police station, you want to have their number and their address just in case, a friend is arrested and you want to know where they are, or, a crime may occur and you want to do like an incident report or something like that. You may get robbed. You want to go straight to the police station. And then you want to also have the embassy and the city you're in, the U.S. embassy and the city you're in, capital, address, phone number in case of emergency, because they're there to help you, in case you get into some trouble with local gangs of that city. Not every city is a perfect sunshine and rainbow, but you do want to have their number and address ready in hand, just in case you do need help, and they can help step in and help you, save your life, protect your life, whatever your needs are, because they are there to protect and serve, and that's all over the world. The government is there to protect and serve the people, tourists, and their citizens. Prepare and protect. You want to have travel insurance, protect your investments. Make sure you have everything set up for that trip that you're planning on going for. Digital backup. Scan your passport and ID. Take pictures of travel insurance cards. I will also have, when you use that Excel sheet to create your, the who's goings, the amount, the flight, the boarding pass, all this information going on for like each day your planner is looking at. You want to have a little copy of that, miniaturized and have it in your wallet. Bank notification. This is probably the biggest step right here, is to notify your bank and credit card companies of future travel dates. You don't want to be stranded alone with not knowing that your bank is going to take 1 to 2 business days to activate your card. You never know how the bank process is. You don't want to be in a position where you're doing research at the time of hand. You want to go ahead and notify your bank that, hey, I'll be in China for a week and a half, and let you know your credit card company is. So when you do scan your card, all the activations will go through and all the transfers. You don't want to have to be stood up, not being able to pay someone for a ride, to your hotel because your bank card is not activated. And you also just want to have some cash on you just in case, your bank does forget. You never know. It might just be a mishap or system malfunction. Just have at least, $1,000 US, per week, just in case, for a backup. So you're going out there for a week and a half, have $1,500, not to spend, just for in case, and to be safe out there. So I appreciate you all for tuning in to episode 20 of the CCA U2G show, where we discuss how to plan for a vacation trip. Hopefully you find this information helpful and help you be the best person that you truly are. Thank you.